Coming up on Together with Karen Leigh, it's a story of everlasting love. A mother killed by a drunk driver, her daughter badly injured, and a family determined to use music to share their message.
Our actions and our decisions that we make, affect people.
This story, this family, they took hold of my heart the first time I got to meet them here on CBS4. Sancy Shaw lost her life on Christmas Eve, killed by a drunk driver. Her daughter Charlie was critically injured, but the community of Steamboat Springs has not left the family's side for a minute. Dominic Garcia has been along for their journey, one that now includes a gift of music, which brings us all together.
Could always see the best in everything.
Even after her passing, Sancy Shaw continues to shine.
I was driving home and I ended up crying.
Her husband Brett says a friend teamed up with the group Lost Hollow to make this song. That's actually Sancy in the footage. It's video used from some old real estate promotions.
It really captured a lot of what our life was about and what her life was about and what it stood for. So it's been a big encouragement to me and our family.
And Sancy's story has had a huge impact. It sparked the Shine On campaign in Steamboat. A scholarship has even been created in her name. This song is just another way to honor the amazing life she led, and tens of thousands of people have watched it in just a few days.
It did bring back so many vivid memories of the life that we had together.
Brett hopes when people listen to this song, they do two things. Remember to never drink and drive, and make the most of each day.
Take advantage of every opportunity that you have to invest in one another, to love on one another, to support one another.
This family is just amazing.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know you've been with them, you've talked with them, you've really gotten to share some of this journey with them, and they have just been so open with their pain and their hope and their joy, all of it.
Yeah, so what's amazing, I mean, this happened Christmas Eve.
Right.
I met Brett, talked to him a few days after this, and said, do you want to share your story? And he wanted to get this on for New Year's Eve to get the message out, like, don't drink and drive. So that's kind of been one of the big reasons behind this. His family's also so deep in their faith, and that's something that they've wanted to share with people on how they're getting through this. So yeah, they've been really open. Whenever I talk to them or we want to do a follow-up story, they're right there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know Reba McEntire comes into this somehow, so I see that on here. So what is the deal with Reba, and how did she get involved with this family?
So they started this Facebook group called Live Like Sancy, Fight Like Charlie,
Right.
and it's become this community Facebook group. So after our story aired, I've joined the Facebook group and I've downloaded the song, so you should all download it if you haven't. But I was just looking on their Facebook group, and they had this surprise post one day that Reba McEntire heard the song, she loved it, so she's put it out on her social media. So I just checked. This has like 300,000 views.
That's awesome.
Now. The band who did it has been touring. They've been doing shows, and so it just continues to spread this message.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell us how Charlie is doing. We just have fallen in love with her, and I know
Right.
everyone is rallying behind her. And how is she doing today? Have you checked on that?
So the last time Brett and I talked was about a week and a half ago, and she's doing well. I mean, there's still a long road to recovery.
Right.
Physically, she's doing much better. So there's some cognitive things that are going to take some time, but I think the biggest thing for the family now too is just kind of getting back into the routine. I mean, the kids are back at school. Sancy taught at that school. So it's things like that I think they're having to ease into. But if you go up to Steamboat Springs, you'll see people wearing, the Shine On hats and stuff. So this community is around them so much, and just behind them 100%.
Yeah, and everyone out there can be too. Just log on to their Facebook page,
go to
right?
the Facebook page, download the song. It's really cool. That song's. So I like choke up when I hear it. So yeah, it's pretty special.
Dominic, thank you, and we know
Yeah.
that you'll keep us posted with this
Yes,
family, because
of
we don't
course.
want to lose them. We want to stay in touch with them.
This is not the last you'll hear from them, I promise.
No, for
Yeah.
sure. Well, having a buddy can make all the difference in a kid's life. That's the role Big Brothers and Big Sisters plays for Levi. He has teamed up with Yasmin. Just call them sports buddies. Levi and Yasmin each has a role to play in the other's life.
It's really honestly just having fun. Once or twice a month, I get to play soccer and I play dodgeball and kickball and things I haven't done since I was a kid, and it's pretty awesome.
It's nice to know that, I always have a friend, just someone I could go to just like say, hey, do you want to go play some basketball or do something fun to get my mind off something?
Me being, a kid that could maybe be in this program as a child, like seeing that I can help, giving one day out of my month to somebody is really fulfilling, you know.
Oh, you heard him. Just one day a month makes these lasting memories and changes lives, both of theirs. In this case, making the lives better for both Yasmin and Levi. Well, all kinds of things can impact and change the course of our lives. It can be people like Yasmin, or maybe something we encounter or pick up, like a magazine article. For one girl in Denver, an article about a girl her age giving back inspired her to do the same. So she created a backpack bonanza. Hannah Kutnick spends her summer vacation thinking about others.
We are going to pack some backpacks full of school supplies for students in need.
Hannah gets everyone involved, raising money to buy supplies.
And I donated some of my own money. And then we have to go to like a bunch of different stores to try to get the best prices.
Hannah even negotiates the prices.
We usually go talk to store managers and tell them about the project and ask them if they would like to help in any sort of way.
Then she and friends turn those stacks of supplies into rows of backpacks.
We put folders, notebooks, markers, rulers, pencils, and all sorts of stuff.
Once they're stuffed, Hannah teamed up with Jewish Family Services to give those backpacks to the families who use its Lunchbox Express program. That put happy faces on hundreds of kiddos who live in low-income housing. And it's those smiles that makes Hannah's annual backpack bonanza worth it all.
Thank you. Well, it's really cool to see because you can actually see your hard work pay off.
Oh, way to go, Hannah. Well, it really does feel good when your hard work pays off, especially when you think you've tackled something that is hopeless. But determination and the kindness of strangers paid off for one boy. Sean Chitness explains he had lost a very special memento.
An irreplaceable pendant goes missing on a golf course.
It's a hard thing when something becomes more meaningful and then it disappears. You know, he took it really hard.
A real needle or pendant in a haystack story, bringing a search party of strangers together.
This is an opportunity to pay it forward. I try to do that as much as I can, and it's probably why this place is such a great place to live.
Ahead on Together.
Finding the right kind of support can make a big difference when you're going through a rough patch. That's a lesson Sophie learned early. Jeff Todd explains it came courtesy of a man's, or better yet, a girl's best friend.
Even man's best friend needs a helping hand, or paw, as the case may be.
Wait. All the way. Good girl.
Sophie says Gracie saved her during a rough time.
Having something to work with, to cuddle with, to love.
Now she wants to pay it forward for rescue dogs like Gracie.
Sit. Stay.
That's Ahead on Together.
Well, we talked with Dominic about how a life can change in an instant, and sometimes it's the unexpected impact that has lasting effects on our day-to-day lives, like something as simple as not being able to play in your own backyard.
And if I could do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I would.
This is making sure a young girl seriously injured in a car crash can once again enjoy the beauty of a Colorado backyard.
Seeing her just have to sit at the door and watch her brother play.
How volunteers are getting Jamil back into the fun and games. That's next on Together.
Together with Karen Leigh, sponsored by Canvas Credit Union. We're Canvas, and we've got you covered, Colorado. Go live.
A car crash changed her life forever, leaving 9-year-old Jamil in a wheelchair. While she's adapting, her home is a different story. It's not completely wheelchair accessible, which leaves her on the sidelines of her own backyard. Well, that's where volunteers and builders enter into her story, pitching in to build a ramp to a new way for her to play.
And you'll be able to go from there all the way here. Here.
You know, now she's gonna be able to get in and out by herself, and you know, I know she's gonna feel much better.
Thank you, because I could go out now.
Oh, it's so great. Those volunteers from the Home Builders Foundation and Wonder Homes say helping Jamil get back into her own backyard benefits them both. They get to see her so happy, and that really, well, just spreads joy in their lives too, which is fantastic. Glad to see her back outside. All right, Lauren Whitney with us, and we so enjoy it and appreciate it when you send your photos in here for us to share, and then we get to find some cool places that we need to check out.
Exactly, and if you're doing anything fun with back to school time, I know the kids start to have activities. Send in us in your pictures. We want to see what they're doing. Let's take a look. I love this picture.
Oh my gosh.
Stuart Steen Patridge sent in this picture of his son at Brainerd Lake. He is 8 months old, and I think we have a hiker in the future there. Look how cute he is.
And that little hat.
I know, everything about it just made me, everyone in the weather center was oohing and eyeing over this. A great picture there, and just a cutie pie as well. And taking a look here, this is from Ashton, our morning meteorologist. He took his family to Steamboat Springs. He said his kids are at the age where they don't want to look at the camera, so this was the best they could get on their hike out there. And this is a great picture. This is from Bree Daniel and her son Gabriel at the sunflower fields out near DIA. That is a perfect place to take some great family photos. And what a great backdrop.
Yeah, all those little kids.
I
It makes
know.
me so happy.
So many cutie pies. So make sure you send them to us as well, because we would love to see what your family's up to. And if you got a cute little chubby cheek or two, we want to see it.
Yeah, for sure we do. All right, Lauren, thanks so much for sharing. Well, a priceless piece of jewelry lost in the greens on a golf course. Well, getting it back seemed pretty impossible, but hold on, that's where strangers come in. Coming up on this week's Together for Colorado calendar, what could be better for Labor Day than a children's pet parade? Kids get a chance to show off their best friends in Louisville. Tuesday, enjoy the bounty of Colorado's farms with the Healthy Farmers Market in Thornton. And then Saturday, it's our big day of service with XL Energy. Take the entire family along to help some nonprofits out and maybe even start a tradition. Find out more about these events by visiting the Together for Colorado section of CBSDenver.com. So many fun things to check out. Well, the Bailey community is pulling out all the stops to welcome a boy home from the hospital after he had a frightening encounter with a mountain lion. The young boy was playing outside when he was attacked. Well, to try and help lift his spirits, the mountain town they posted signs all around the area so that the family would know just how much support they have. Bailey even pulled together to start a GoFundMe to help with all of his medical costs. But we know those good wishes go a really long way. A gift from a grandmother, even an honorary one, to a child is a precious thing, especially when that grandma passes away. So imagine the pain of losing that special pendant, a small piece of jewelry in the middle of a golf course. For Jack, it was an almost unbelievable loss, until he benefited from the kindness of strangers. Sean Chitness shares the story of a frantic search.
And it made it. She passed away, and it's pretty much like a little bit of her.
Not only a memory for a pet, a gift from a woman that was like a grandmother.
When she passed, he put it on, and he hasn't taken it off since.
But one evening, Jack Barandis and his mom were playing catch. And when he got home, the pendant was missing.
I heard him just gasp, and he said, "Oh my gosh, the pendant's gone."
So they searched that night and again the next morning. Jack's mom also put out the word on Facebook.
I was just amazed that a total stranger would be interested in helping.
Penny Mapp saw that post.
The minute I saw it, I knew I wanted to do something.
They organized a new search the night after it went missing.
Jack remained optimistic that it would be found.
Barely any daylight left, that new search party started looking for an hour.
I just really wanted to find it.
Part of the challenge of finding such a small item in such a large space is that lost in all this green were other shiny objects that weren't the pendant.
I really didn't have any hopes of finding it.
A friend of Penny's came along for the search, seeing mostly trash and other items on the ground.
When I finally did come upon it, it was a shock.
A needle in a haystack or a pendant in this golf course found.
We all cried. Because it was such a feeling of relief and amazement.
An amazing story for all to remember and a valuable lesson to share.
Just the little things that you think won't matter really, really do.
I still feel a part of Nana, and I enjoy that.
I love that, and I love that selfie they took of all of them out there together. Well, it is a valuable lesson to share that helping each other, even strangers, maybe especially strangers, just leads to new friends and some really special memories. So how about helping horses who are helping people? That's what happened in Elizabeth when realtors came together. Well, you can find more information on all of the Together for Colorado stories that you enjoyed in today's show by visiting our website, cbsdenver.com. Well, we certainly love our dogs in all shapes and sizes, whether they're snuggling in our homes or joining us on hikes. They certainly improve our lives and health in so many ways. And for one girl, it only makes sense to take care of dogs that don't have their own human. Jeff Todd shows us how Sophie is making sure the dogs in shelters know they too are loved.
Gracie, ready?
Since Sophie rescued Gracie, they've been on quite a journey over the past 4 years.
Hey!
Sophie has learned how to coach dogs through the Boulder County 4-H.
I'm always teaching her new things.
And Gracie has picked it up. They've got a lot more than medals to show for it.
I got bullied really badly back then, and 4-H actually helped me a lot getting through that. Having her also, just having something to work with, to cuddle with, to love. So that helped me a lot.
So now Sophie wants to give back. For about the past year, she's worked to get enough materials for a massive set of care packages.
They're going to have a fleece tug toy. These will be homemade. Dog treats like these. Well, the bandanas will be for the dogs to wear and look cuter before they're getting adopted.
She's just hoping to pay it forward.
Dogs can really help with anything. If you're sad, if you're upset, they can just make anything better.
Along the way, Sophie has been working to raise money to fund the packages. She plays cello around town, like on the Boulder Pearl Street Mall, and all the money donated is going back to the dogs.
I really wanted to just show everyone how amazing rescue dogs can be and to do anything I can to help them.
And she is pretty amazing too. Thanks, Sophie. Well, animals so often bring people together, whether it's an organized event or just stopping to say hi on the streets to us. Or there's the dogs working to protect and serve. Sampson works with Colorado Parks and Wildlife, and the nonprofit Vested Interest decided that he needed a little extra protection. They gave him a new specially made body armor vest. It's both bullet and stab proof, a lot of extra protection for a canine officer who spends a lot of time in the wild, including chasing bears. Well, sometimes we run across pictures that we just can't wait to share, and this is one of those times. We'd like you to meet Deputy Mosley from Douglas County. Now, all his friends with him are students at Sand Creek Elementary, and they call him Officer Friday. Miss Jamie shared this picture of his lunch date with the first graders on Facebook, saying that he makes connections with all of these kiddos. He even attends some holiday parties. What's really special is Officer Josh goes out of his way to connect with the students that have special emotional needs as well. Look at all those smiles. Well, horses may not seem like the cuddliest of animals, but we know they do offer a lot of comfort. Realtors rolled up their sleeves to help remodel a therapy barn to kind of say thanks. And Elizabeth, the Eagles Nest Ranch helps service members and first responders that are suffering from PTSD, as well as children with emotional disabilities, and they do it all for free. Well, those realtors came together to work on siding and electrical issues, as well as putting in a custom barn door and a stove for heat. Well, we certainly love to see what people are doing to come together for others. We know so much is going on out there, so please share it with us when you see someone doing something. Post it to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram using the hashtag for Colorado. And you can always email me directly at kaylee@cbs.com. Well, thank you for joining us on Together. I look forward to seeing you next week as we have more powerful stories of how people are coming together right here in Colorado. So please keep those ideas coming, and most certainly those fun photos when you're out and about. Until then, we leave you with a different kind of concert, every part played by an accordion. But it's not the kind of accordion music that you might expect. Enjoy.